අද මම කතා කරන්නේ ලාස්ට් ස්ටෝන් එක ගැන. අවසාන ගල පිළිබඳව. මොකක්ද ඒ අවසාන ගල? ඒක තමයි total immersion, comprehensible input. ඔබ මේ කතාව අහලා ඉවර වෙලා කල්පනා කරලා බලන්න අවසාන ගල total immersion නෙමෙයිද කියලා. Hello there. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, English Win. So today it is total immersion as usual. And today's story is Man Crying Over Last Stone. Mahatma wise words. Man crying over last stone. Antima gala අතේ තියාගෙන අඬන මිනිහා ගැන කියන්නේ. ඉතින් බලමු ස්ටෝරි එක. Yeah, this is really important. When I'm doing the story today, I'll show you the part I'm reading. So that would be really easy for you to get an idea about the story. Okay? Yeah, shall we? I'm going to read the story, first part. It was still dark in morning. A man came out for walk at river bank. After walking for a while, his foot hit a bag. Out of curiosity, a man picked up that bag and put his hand in bag. On touching, he found that the bag was filled with stones. Aha! It was still dark in morning. It was still dark in morning. Now it is morning, it is dark. When it is dark, you cannot see. Is it clear? You know what dark is? It was still dark in morning. A man came out for walk at river bank. A man came out, coming from his home, yeah. A man came out for walk at river bank. The place is the river bank. River bank is, you know what river is? Marble river, Kalu river, whatever the river is. River bank is either side of the river. You know that sort of a land, part of land. It can be of a sandy beach-like thing, yeah, sort of things. People even can walk along the river bank. I mean, either side of the river. Yeah, soily part, the land, part of the land. Yeah. After walking for a while, his foot hit a bag. He was walking, and his foot, when he was walking, his foot hit a bag. Oh, something. He realized that it was a bag, yeah. Walking for a while, his foot hit a bag. Out of curiosity, what is curious? If you're curious, you want to know what that is. Yeah, cats are always curious. When we show them sort of things, tiny bowls or whatever, bags, paper bags or things like that, cats basically want to know what that is. The monkeys are always curious. They want to know about everything. Scientists are curious. Oh, what is this? Why the sky is blue? Oh, sky is blue. The leaves are green. Why is that? Things like that. Curious mind. Yeah. Out of curiosity, that is, the man picked up that bag. Out of curiosity, he was really curious to find what is inside, but he picked up the bag. Picked up that bag and put his hand in bag. He put his hand in bag. On touching, he found that bag was filled with stones. He found that it was a bag and it is filled with stones. Can you see the bag? No, you cannot see the bag. Why cannot you see the bag? It is dark. Why is it dark? It is in the morning. Yeah. What is he doing here? He is walking, the morning walk. Yeah, okay. Second paragraph. To pass time, man sat there and started to pick stone out of bag and throw them in water one by one. Yeah, you can see the picture, the man, what the man is doing. Yeah, okay. To pass time means to kill time. He has nothing to do. He has walked enough and then he wanted to rest, have a rest somewhere. So then he found this bag, and then what he is doing is, to pass time, the man sat there and started to pick stones, pick stones out of bag and throw them in water. throw them into water one by one. He took one stone and he knows that this is the river, and then he sent it, throwing the stones at the river. Yeah. To pass time, man sat there and started to pick stone out of bag and throw them in water one by one. When the next paragraph, when the last stone was in his hand, because of sunrise, sunlight spread around. In light, man saw that the stone was shining very brightly. As soon as he saw that stone, he was stunned because that was no ordinary stone but precious jewel. Yeah. When the last stone was in his hand, because of sunrise, now it is sun is coming. Yeah, sun rising. A little amount of light. So he can see in a way what is around. So when the last stone was in his hand, because of sunrise, sunlight spread around, sunlight going here and there. In light man, so that stone was shining very brightly. That stone was shining very brightly, the last stone. As soon as he saw that stone, he was stunned. Yeah. He was taken aback. He was upset. He was puzzled. He was shocked. Stunned because that was no ordinary stone. That was no ordinary stone, not normal stone in a way. Not ordinary stone, but precious jewel. But precious jewel. Precious means valuable. Precious jewel is stone, that is gem. It was a gem, yeah. Very big one. Stone. Seeing this, he started crying bitterly. Seeing this, he started crying bitterly. Bitterly means in a very bad way. Bitter. Coffee is bit bitter, you know. Sweet, bitter. Opposite of sweet. Sweet, bitter. Sugar is sweet. Coffee is a bit bitter. Yeah, bitter. Bitter butter. Betty bought some butter, but it was very bitter. Betty bought some bitter butter to make bitter butter bitter. Betty bought some butter, but it was very bitter. Betty bought some bitter butter to make bitter butter bitter. Tongue twisters. If you practice sort of tongue twisters, you can pronounce words properly. Okay, you're going to do that. Oh. Seeing this, he started crying bitterly. Ayoo! Taking stone in hand. Looking at that, the last precious stone in his hand, he started cursing the darkness and was sitting mournfully on bank of river. Looking at the last precious stone in his hands, he started cursing the darkness and was sitting mournfully on bank of river. Looking at the last precious stone, that was the last precious stone. Really the thing is, actually he has thrown into this river precious stones, the whole lot of the stones, precious stones, there is hundreds of precious stones he has thrown into the river already, gone. Only one stone remains, clear, only one stone is there. Looking at the last precious stone, that was the last precious stone in his hand, he started cursing. Blessing and cursing. Blessing, the opposite, the antonym is cursing. Blessing, when blessing, God bless you. Supatya yata hapatakma veva. That is blessing. But cursing, that is cursing. At times we hear people curse at times. So to the government, to anything that they find things are difficult, some people curse what is around, yeah. And was sitting mournfully, started cursing the darkness. He was cursing the darkness. He finds that darkness is bad. That is, due to the darkness, he did not see the precious stones. That is, gems. So therefore, he thinks the problem was darkness. He was cursing the darkness. And so on. Clear? Just then, yeah, Mahatma, who was passing by, seeing man crying, Mahatma went to him and asked, what happened? Just then Mahatma, not Mahatma Gandhi, Mahatma in Hindi or in Indian language is a person who is revered by other people. Revered means respect. Uh, when we revere people, we respect them. So, um, yeah, that is the reason why Mahatma Gandhi has that Mahatma part. Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi, who is Mahatma? Yeah, Mahatma, even in single, you understand what Mahatma is. Just then, Mahatma, who was passing by, seeing the man crying, Mahatma went to him and asked, "What happened?" The man told him what happened and how he had lost so many precious stones. The man told him what happened. He told him what happened. And he said, the problem is this. I have thrown hundreds of precious stones, Jim, into this river. Ayyo. The man told him what happened and how he had lost so many precious stones. Mahatma said, "Son, don't be sad." That is what you should learn. Son, don't be sad. You are still lucky that sun rose before you through the last stone. You are lucky. Why you are lucky? Because sun came before you throwing the last stone into the river. That too sin. Otherwise he would be happy. Because he would have no idea that he has thrown precious stones into water. Now just think that he finished throwing stones in dark. Then what would happen? He will never realize that he has lost good number of precious stones, and he would be a happy man. He has no idea what he has done about what he has done. So that is what is happening to people even. Yeah, no? Clear? Yeah. So Mahatma said, "Son, don't be sad. You are still lucky that sun rose before you throw the last stone. Before you throw the last stone, sun came. So you are really happy. You are a lucky guy. Otherwise, you would have lost even this stone. Otherwise, if sun didn't come, you would throw this stone even. This one precious stone can still help you. This one precious stone can still help you. This precious stone can change your life. This stone can change your life." So, think about that. So, instead of crying over what has gone, you should be happy. The moral is the piece of advice that this guy is giving you. So, instead of crying over what has gone, things have gone, yeah, don't worry. You should be happy with what is in your hand. We have a lot to be happy. But we are always trying to think about bad things or what happened to you and what other people talk about you and the bad things. We like to go to, there is a reason why it is happening. That it is pure psychology. If you come to know about psychology, if you read this, you would find always the nature wants us to be not aggressive, not doing things. Yeah. So the nature wants us to be silent and isolated and survive without fighting, without going here and there. Yeah, that is the reason why. So he gives us things to think about what happened to you and things like that. We are not doing things, so we are thinking about what happened to us, things like that. That is the reason, yeah. So instead of crying over what has gone, you should be happy with what is in your hand. Rejoice and strive for a brighter future. Strive for, try to do something. Strive for a brighter future and thank God for what you still here have. Thank God. Uh, thank God for. Thank God for. Why should you thank God? You still have something, so therefore, be thankful to God. That is it. So in this story, මේකෙදි මම ඔබට කියන්න හදන්නේ මේ total immersion and comprehensible input කියන්නේ මේ last stone එක තමයි. එහෙම ඔබට හිතෙනවා නම් මේ අන්තිම ගල තමයි total immersion කියලා මට කමෙන්ට් කරන්න. අනිත් අයටත් පෙන්වන්න. total immersion වැඩ කරන බව. total immersion වලින් ඔබට කතා කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන බව. Right.